Hello, my dear students. Welcome to our Reading and Writing Skills class. And for this week, our lesson is all about...
If you can still remember last week, we discussed about critical reading as a form of reasoning. When we say critical reading, it is a more active way of reading since it involves the processes of analyzing, interpreting, and evaluating. To read critically is to make judgments about how a text is argued. For this week, we will formulate evaluative statements and we will achieve the following most essential learning competencies and learning objectives. We have to understand first what is formulating evaluative statements. It is all about giving a better explanation to show the strengths and weaknesses of something through writing. It is the writer's way of explaining why a strength is a strength and a weakness based on the evidences gathered. Also, it is all about presenting a value judgment based on a set of criteria. We have to use a sound judgment or something that can be backed up or supported by valid reasons or proofs. Reading the text carefully and critically means grasping the essence of the text and checking for possible fallacies in the argument. There are two ways on how you could formulate evaluative statements, which are by formulating assertions about the content and the properties of a text read and by formulating counterclaims in response to a claim made in the text read. Let's discuss first about formulating assertions. What do we mean by assertion? When we say assertion, it is a statement used to make a declaration or to express strong belief on a particular topic, often without evidence. The purpose of writing an assertion is for the writer to convey directly an idea or feeling and to convince the reader to accept the writer's interpretation of a particular work. We may do this by examining which ideas are facts or opinions, making inferences or conclusions, and assessing the overall quality of the text. It can be formulated after reading the story or a poem and even after watching a play. Becoming a good critical reader means that you are able to logically evaluate the claims of the writer. Assertions become the primary channel for a reader to assent to a claim. It is a stylistic approach or technique involving a strong declaration, a forceful or confident and positive statement regarding a belief or fact. It also means communicating what you really want in a clear fashion, respecting your own rights and feelings and the rights and feelings of others. Also, according to Chongson, assertions are declarative sentences that claim something is true about something else. These sentences may either be statements of truths or opinions. Assertion is an honest and appropriate expression of one's feelings, opinions, and needs. It is a way to convince a critical reader to accept the writer's claim, which is by formulating assertions. There are four common types of assertions according to the degree of certainty. We have the statement of fact, statement of opinion, statement of convention, and statement of preference. When we say statement of fact, this is a statement that can be proven objectively by direct experiences, testimonies of witnesses, verified observations, or the result of research. Facts are statements that can be checked or proved. We can check facts by conducting some sort of experiment, observation, or by verifying the fact with a source document. Facts often contain numbers, dates, or ages, and facts might include specific information about a person, place, or thing. When we say factual statements, it is a thing known or proved to be true. Please read the given example. In this statement, this is considered to be a statement of fact because it can be directly verified by experience or reliable research reports. The next one is statement of opinion. Opinions are based on facts but are difficult to objectively verify because of the uncertainty of producing satisfactory proofs of soundness. When we say opinion, it is a statement that cannot be proved or checked. It tells what something thinks, feels, or believes. It can also be considered as a conclusion reached by someone after looking at the facts. These are based on what people believe to be facts. One person's probable fact can be seen by others as probable lie. This is the reason why people have differences in opinion. This assertion is open to disputes, debates, or arguments. In a statement of opinion, the following clue words may be observed. To recognize a fact or an opinion, you have to ask yourself, can this statement be proved? If your answer is yes, then that statement is a fact. If your answer is no, then the statement is an opinion. Let's try to read this given example. If you can see in this statement, it is considered to be a statement of opinion because it is based on an observation that needs to be proven by studies and repeated observation. There are too many factors involved that makes explicit judgment difficult. The next one is statement of convention. A convention is a way in which something is done, like traditions and norms. Conventions depend on historical precedent, laws, rules, usage, and customs. It looks to commonly held definitions and beliefs for their verification. Its truthfulness is verified by how commonly held definitions and beliefs are interpreted. They may sound factual, but no amount of observation or measurement will prove a statement of convention true. One goes to dictionaries and reference works to verify conventional statements. Conventions are believed that they are socially accepted but cannot be verified objectively. Let's take a look at this given example. This example may sound factual, but actually it is a statement of convention because it is based on a classification system made up by scientists and it is acceptable to the scientific community. The next one is a statement of preference. When we say preferences, these are based on personal choice. Therefore, they are subjective and cannot be objectively proven or logically attacked. These statements go to the heart of our values and beliefs. No proof is possible. There is no obligation to support or prove the truth of such a statement. Let's read this given example. This statement is a preference because it says a lot about the type of flowers that the writer likes, instead of objectively comparing the qualities of sampaguitas to that of other flowers. Aside from formulating assertions, another way of formulating evaluative statements is by formulating counterclaims. To be an effective critical thinker, it is not enough for you to be able to identify claims and assertions. It is also important to have the ability to analyze an argument and counterclaims. Being able to recognize and formulate counterclaims in reaction to an argument is a characteristic of a good critical reader. So what do we mean by counterclaim? Counterclaims are claims made to rebut a previous claim. They provide a contrasting perspective to the main argument. By being able to locate and provide counterclaims to an argument, you have to show a deep competence and familiarity with the writer's topic. It shows that you are examining different perspectives and not just passively accepting the writer's claim. It also shows that you have thoroughly considered the topic and are willing to engage different viewpoints from your own, thus remaining to be objective. It also helps you to clarify what your personal position is on the topic. When you are presenting your counterclaim, you are providing criticism since you are stating that the claim is not true. The following questions will help you to formulate a counterclaim. In writing counterclaims, you may follow the following steps. Step 1. You should know how to begin your counterclaim paragraphs by using any of the following sentence starters. Step 2. You should also know the different ways to transition from the opposite side back to your opinion by using the following sentence starters. And then step 3, you may start writing a counterclaim. First, use one of the sentence starters step 1. Remember to transition back to your opinion and use one of the sentences starters in step 2. Let's try to read the following given example of counterclaim. If you can see in the given example, the italicized words are the sentence starters, and it counterattacks the claim that social studies is the favorite academic class for junior high school students. Therefore, a counterclaim is the opposition you make about the claim of a writer. When you state your counterclaims, you must recognize the value of hedges. So what are hedges? Hedges is a word or phrase that minimizes negative impact of a criticism. It is used to give a cautious tone in your writing. When you are presenting your counterclaim, you are providing criticism since you are stating that the claim is not true. Hedges could come from different forms such as modals, frequency adverbs, and probability adverbs. Let's take a look at the given examples. If you can see in the given examples, the first sentence did not use any hedges, while the second sentence used the word probably to change the tone of the statement. I hope you learned something on today's lesson. See you again next week. Bye!